the wisdom oracle. Okay, we got a message for you today, a message in the bottom. And then we also have the emotions deck as well. I'll flip all three over just to see what's on the bottom. This is the emotions deck, is peace at the bottom. And also we have tarot on this side. Just want to make sure you can see, but you kind of can't. But when I get to shuffling, you will be able to see all of them. But I just wanted to make you aware of, just the energy that we will have in this deck, in this reading. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. I am usually known for longer readings, so if you do want to watch some longer ones, there are a lot of videos right now on the channel. So show those some love, and we will get back to, doing the longer ones if you all find those pleasant. So let's get into this. Don't forget to like, share, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you would like to share it, you can. Comment down below as well if you would like, but alright. So let's just say, Spirit, what is a general message that will reach the person who needs it right now more? Whoever needs this message, what is a great wisdom? Alright. Some wisdom for you. We have the blessed card, number 22. Blessed. Number 22. Blessed. I like that. I usually like to do threes, so let me shuffle again, and then we'll get the meanings and the messages. Alright. So we have the 4 and the 5, actually, because this is 32, and the other one was 22, which is 4 and 5. But this is the here and now. So realizing that you're blessed in the here and now, not waiting to receive blessings, not waiting to feel blessed by any outside things, just really, let's say, taking responsibility, if that fits, but just taking account of, everything that you have right now, realizing that you're blessed in this moment, not like a future moment. Let's get one more. Alright, and the last card we have is Come to the Edge. Come to the Edge. Okay, so that is very amazing. So let's get some energy around these cards and see why exactly this is coming out for you. I do love to read like just the prosperity messages behind this, because I feel like that is what we're all, looking for, our own pot of gold, our own prosperity that is, coming in, and we'll be able to alchemize that in the best ways. So looking at this card of blessed, blessings, blessed. The essential meanings of this card is like something wonderful that is unearned, quote unquote, or just like unexpected. So it's not something that you really expected to happen for you, but it's like a grace that is unforeseen. It's an unforeseen gift from Spirit coming down to you. And right now, the message here is that there are moments in life when just out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by just divine intervention, and you feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. So it's just that energy of, it's as if like a red, the story of the Red Sea, right? It's just like everything like parting to get out of your way, and things just coming together for you, and just getting rid of your troubles. So that deep down you did not deserve like any of the things of the past, but you still feel blessed. And it's kind of crazy that what's here at the bottom of the tarot deck is like the journey, and that's the card of the journey. And your prosperity message here is that whatever unexpected windfalls and good fortune that is coming your way right now, the here and now card, exactly. So it's like you're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stopped your progress in any type of way, like it's just it clouded what you should do next. And it seem like it will be hard to get your success. Whatever it is really disappearing and is getting out of your way on its own. So you really have to be ready to receive. And in that same energy is like your windows of opportunity are opening wide. So it's like been windows of opportunity. People typically say like, oh, you have a short amount of time to do things. Kind of crazy that you have the like here and now card, because people use the windows of opportunity like, oh, don't let this short window pass you by. But this energy is like it's opening wide for you, so you're not going to miss it. And it's energy, the energy is telling you to accept the blessings that are given to you now. And don't forget to share them, because like whatever your blessing is, I feel like your energy here is like it can be multiplied to like a higher degree if you are the one who like accepts what you're meant to do in this life. You can help so much more people, and like that type of energy helps you to alchemize more and allow for more in your life as well. So that, as well as the here and now card, which is card number 2, is telling you that being fully present in the moment and living one day at a time is so important at this moment. The oracle will tell you that everything happens now in the present. If you maybe you've read, or maybe you haven't read the Eckhart Tolle book, just talking about present moments and having presence and realizing, even Neville Goddard talk about the energy of you're not getting what you want in the future, you have it right now. And it's really about realizing that only this moment counts, and when you make these moment counts, when you change your energy in the now, it shapes your future in untold ways, right? Like the blessing card says. So it's just about being present and knowing that you do have what it takes to handle anything of today. And that energy is telling you to be present and notice what is going on. This very moment is, like I said, has the potential to create miracles in your life in the future. So when you are paying close attention to your energy right now, like I said, that's what shapes your future for higher and better goods. So not only that, what you are working on, your prosperity messages, like what you are working on is like golden, right? It's your golden ticket. And it's not just about what you're creating and the quality of what you're creating, but it's really about all of your efforts. Your effort is what leaves a powerful legacy, because people recognize people who just never gave up, never stopped focusing, and that's the powerful legacy that you leave behind. So focus not on, meeting a goal like in the far off future or anything like that. It's really about creating your dream life right now and releasing your desire for an outcome and just owning it and knowing that it already exists right now, and it will appear in the material world as if by magic. Just like the blessing card said, anything that's felt stymied, when you realize how blessed you are in the now. And just writing having gratitude moments, gratitude meditations, or gratitude writings, all of those things make you more grateful, and it compounds your blessings, right? So all of these things, like I said, it will appear as if by magic, and you'll be able to claim your prosperity. And the essence of what you want is even more powerful than when it actually takes form. When we actually accomplish a goal, it doesn't feel lackluster. It just feels like, oh wow, it feels right, but it just feels like what you already knew would happen happened. So acting as if is like the, in spite of any, is like sort of outer conditions, you acting as if, and you already knowing is what helps you stay present. And when you receive the thing that you want, it's like, oh yes, of course, just having that energy, continue to have that energy. And like this third card is telling you that energy is coming with courage. The essential meaning of this card is courage, So when I say have that energy, it's like taking a leap of faith, overcoming your fear, and just accepting that there are risks in anything. So people will say, well, it'll take this amount of time to do this, and what if I do this and it wastes X amount of time? That time is going to pass by anyway. So I would rather you try all this time, and then whatever happens, and maybe you have to change your plan. The Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck is like, being adaptable on this long journey. Life is such a long journey. You don't want to like give up in the beginning of the journey and like, oh well, when you get 40 regretting, giving up when you're in your 20s. It does take time, and you have a lot of it. Life is very fleeting and it's short, seemingly short. Let's say we reach 100, but it's like that time still passes by. And every day on a daily basis, 24 hours goes by slower than you think, you know. And that's why it's important not to like look at the time that something pops up. That's what this card is telling you. It's important for you to not look at the time that things pop up, but it's like the energy of accepting the here and now, that you have everything that you want, and the moment that you begin working towards what you want, that is the energy that will actually propel you, because it's that courage. So, it's just like facing the unknown. It's the only choice that you really have if you ever want to make progress. And it's okay to be afraid. And now is the time to take those risks. And it doesn't have to be calculated risks. It's just like take whatever it's like clearing out of your way. You have to feel that acceleration. And it's as if you're like readying yourself to take a leap of faith. And just knowing that spirit is very present. So let go of any fear and you're being called right now to express your highest and truest self. So, listen to your heart. A lot of people who are like growing followings are just being their weird self. And by weird, I mean, weird is actually a key word, because this actually means that you have the power to create your reality. So it's really not a bad thing. And, if ever there was a time for you to leap and have that faith in the unknown, is right now. So, this is just the perfect time for all of that. And I am very glad that, that message came out. Let's go ahead and get into some tarot. Let's shuffle. Get some more messages, Spirit. Spirit, please give us some more messages for whoever's coming across this video right now. What message, whatever is perfectly in line for this reading. Alright, so we have the energy of... Oh, sorry. I have to show the card. But yeah, we have the energy of the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is the investment, long-term vision, patience, perseverance, and waiting. So like I said, there will be, when you are a farmer, there's the energy of like waiting. So maybe you've been feeling like, wow, I've been waiting for my blessings and all of that to crop up. But you have to realize the moment that you plant the seed, that is the blessing, right? Realize that you're blessed by like the seed being there, and the fruits are soon come. So the waiting period, just find something to do while you're waiting. So you may want to take up a new hobby, things of that nature, because patience is key, right? With everything, especially when you're doing something so important and something that is so life transformative for your future. Patience is required. And I know, because I am not the most patient person in the world, but I've had to come to that realization over and over and over again in my life. So there is some patience that is so required, especially for long-term investments. If you have such a large vision, that is the more that you will have to be patient. So it's not a bad thing. Like I said, it's just about finding something to do that entertains you within the time that you're waiting for your vision. So don't just sit around and like, is it there yet? Is it there yet? Is it there yet? As a kid, if you're doing that on a road trip, you would get on people's nerves. So, as an adult, think about what you want to do and say, hey, okay, well, it's not technically here yet, so I am going to listen to music. I'm going to create music. I'm going to sing. I'm going to do something that makes the time pass by faster, right? So it's about perseverance. Slow and steady wins the race type of energy, Let's get another. I like to have cards pop out instead of me just like taking one. So if it seems like I shuffle for a while, but we have the number 7 and 9. A lot of sequence numbers kind of coming up too. Remember that it's just like close in order. But yes, the number 9, the 9 of wands, is the energy of fire, and it's the energy of resilience, determination, perseverance, perseverance. Again, the word perseverance coming out, and also courage. This card talks a lot about courage, and this card is telling you it takes, in order to be someone who is like a real winner, like a long-term winner, and to get to a position where you win later in life. That doesn't mean that you don't have small wins right now that you take a lot of pride in, and that you have a lot of love for, but it's just that energy of like, hey, I'm not going to allow for, I'm not going to quit in this moment. I'm going to continue to go on and have that strength and have that courage. So the same courage that it took for you to take that leap of faith, you need to have it along your journey. That's what the Two of Wands kind of gives off that energy. Oh, sorry. Let's get another. Alright, we got another one that popped. And the card that popped out is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is telling you, this is all about balance. So when you're on this journey, balance is the key, right? And it requires a lot of choices, a lot of difficult moments, a lot of decisions, maybe even compromise. And like I said, just with the energy of like inner conflict, it's like, okay, wait, when you began, you were courageous, but we all have that cowardly lion inside of us, right? That energy of like, we're not really sure if we have what it takes. But this card at the bottom of the deck is actually crazy, because it's the first card in the deck, which is the Magician card. And the Magician card is like the card that, if you look at the desk right there, if you can see, it's like it has all of the energy within it. So it has the Swords energy, it has the Wand energy, it has the Pentacle energy, it has the Cups energy, and that energy is just letting you know that, hey, whatever you really need is at your disposal. But what you ultimately have to do in life is to not give up. Don't acquiesce. So let's get one of the cards from this deck, from the Emotions deck. Let's see what type of energy this has for you. Just get one. I haven't done this solo video in a while, so just want to make sure you guys are liking this video. And as time goes on, they will get longer if I see, a lot of love coming. If you okay. So last we have the Flow card. Flow. I love that energy. It's like that energy of like, also, if you ever looked up, you can look up a lot of videos on YouTube about flow. It's about getting in the flow, doing something so much that you love it. Even if you've ever seen, I know this may sound a little bit funny, but I love to make movie references, music, anything references, but I have such a wide knowledge, so I love to bring up just the Inside Out movie. If you've ever seen that, or if you haven't, it is a good movie to watch, because it kind of, it really explains what's going on inside of us when we're making decisions, the small decisions, the things, that inner conflict that you may experience, right? It brings it up in such flawless ways that a kid can understand, and most importantly, us adults can understand ourselves better. So this card is the name Flow, of course, and it's like this aquamarine color, and it's the energy that's like the sea water, or going with the flow, or being in flow. It's like a brain wave. It's actually kind of funny. I love that the waves are here, because it's like brain waves as well. When your brain is in a certain state, it's considered to be in flow. Theta waves, delta waves, it's all of those type of flow moments where you have coherence. So I like these waves because it kind of shows the coherence, and then the outside, it shows like discoherence and being in states of like inner conflict, right? So changing and adapting to a situation rather than fighting against it is like going with the flow. And it's important to keep in mind that currents can always be very strong, and water always gets to where it wants to go. Water is so powerful. We think of it because we can like drink it and swim in it and things like that. We don't quite understand the power of it, but water can slowly carve away stone as it flows by. That's how powerful it is, right? So it can take something that is rough and ragged, after flowing over it gently, right? It looks very gentle, but it's still powerful. So after flowing on it for however long, it can curve out something that was rough and ragged to something that is soft and smooth. So let this be let this thought, guide you on your journey, and it's in the energy to let the water carry you to wherever you need to go, instead of fighting against it. That term, fighting against the current. You don't want to do that, obviously, because water is so powerful that it won't be taken down by you. So I like that card at the beginning where it said peace at the bottom, and now it says space. So allow for peace and space, and flow within your time, move within your time, and don't be so rigid with yourself that you start to get off balance. Like there's always gonna need to be those moments where you have to like come back to your center on this journey. So it's like come to the edge, and also you have to have those moments where you're about to like jump off on the other deep end of like being courageous. So there's the deep end of being courageous and the deep end of quitting. So you yourself, you have to be the one that is the balance, having your two swords sitting in the middle, and not leaning towards one or the other, having that all within you, and not being so in inner conflict that you can't prosper. I love this message. I love this for you. I hope you loved it as well. Make sure if you